In this video, I'm going to walk you through a guide on how to start a YouTube channel for your church, which will include all of the layout items that you need to have in place so that your channel draws attention and stands out compared to everyone else. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut over here to the computer. So what we're going to do is obviously go to youtube.com. So first off, what you need to set up a YouTube channel is you need a Google account. Now, there are multiple ways to do this. So let's go ahead and let's do sign in. And if you already have an account, you can put that in. If you don't, you need to create an account. So let's go ahead and create an account here. So we'll just use Prototype Church. I'm gonna use the same password I have on the main account, which will make it easier. So it's not a brand new password I need to remember. And we'll do next. And I need to verify a telephone number here. All right, so we got the stuff verified. I'm gonna don't need to keep my number on here, but what I'm gonna do is add the admin email. All right, we go through our settings. All right, all of that just to get signed into Google. And you could have just made this a Google account everywhere. Originally, I was trying to get this set up under the email that's for the church, so we wouldn't have a multiple email account, but we'll address that later. All right, so now that we're here, let's go ahead and click on our little avatar over here, and we're gonna go to settings. And under here, we're gonna click on create new channel. Now, it's going to pull my information that I had from the account, but I don't want to use that. I want to use a business or other name. So we go ahead and click on that. And what's going to be the name? We're going to call this one Prototype Church. Now just leave it at that. So this is what you want to have as your name. Now I know this is kind of common sense, but most likely, unless you have a very, very, very unique church name, somebody probably has the exact same name. So you want to make sure your name accents who you are. So like, for example, if there was another Prototype Church, I would say Prototype Church RVA or something like that, so you stand out. So again, one step I did not do, but before this, let's go ahead and actually do this step first before we pick our name. Let's go back here to YouTube and let's go ahead and just look up our name. All right, so there are a bunch of videos with that name, but there are no channels by that name. And let's check one other place. We'll look at socialblade.com and we're gonna look up Prototype Church just to see if anybody has that name. Yep, and no one has that name, so that's good. So we'll easily be able to stand out, so I don't need to add anything else to the end because we're the only Prototype Church that are on YouTube right now, which is good. But be mindful, if you have a First Baptist Church or First Church of God in Christ or whatever like that, or First Missionary, you have to be very mindful to look this up because the whole point of this is to have your name stand out so people can easily find you. So I've got my name. We'll go ahead and click create, and boom, there we are. We are on our channel. All right. Now the first thing that you need to do is, we've already set ourselves apart because most people, when they make their church page, they put it under a person's name. Now this is the church's YouTube page. Now what we want to do is have our logo, here. If you don't have one, you can always make one. Honestly, the easiest thing to do is take a picture of your church. So that's what I'm gonna do right now for this example. And in mind, I'm just gonna use some stock footage here. So I'm just gonna click on here. And when you change your profile picture, this is tied to your Google account. So I am gonna make the change here. And like I said, I'm just picking some stock footage. But the best thing you probably want to do is put your church logo or something like that so that it stands out. All right, that's it. Give it some time and then it will update over here. So let's go back over here to our channel. So as you can see, our name is there. Now, what's another way for this to stand out? You want to have your page stand out by actually having some cover art. So we would update that by going to Customize Channel. And as you can see, you have this layout here. The channel art that you do is going to be different. It's going to be one image, but it's going to be different based off of whatever platform that you're on, whether it be a phone, tablet, laptop, or TV. So I'm going to cut over to my own stuff over here, and we're going to go to canva.com. I can't remember the person I got this from, but I will link them in the description so I can give them credit for where I got this from. What we want to do is make our cover art. So I'm using canva.com, favorite tool that you'll see I use in a bunch of other places. So what we're going to do is just type in the search YouTube channel art. This template will automatically give you the size of the biggest image that's going to be displayed. And that's normally on a TV, but that's not the best size you want to use so if you make an image take up the entire size, everything's going to get cut off when you are on a phone, if you have a visitor on your phone or on your laptop. So there's a little tool here that I got from, and I can't remember who they are, but I will tag them when I get it. Pretty much when we do our channel art, we want to have everything mainly displayed in here. You can have a bunch of other stuff out here, but this is the main thing we want to have covered. So let's go ahead and add the picture here that we're going to use from our background. Let's go ahead and tap that to add it in here. And I want to be careful because I don't want to overwrite the picture. And I'm going to change the transparency so that I can see through this. So let's make this just a little bit wider. And I'm going to drag it down so that the cross is right there in the center. Now, what's important, what you want to list out on your cover art. First off, you want to at least highlight your name of your church. You also want to maybe put in the times of when you're going to be your normal services, contact information, as well as your time of service. Some stuff that you wanted to jump out so when people look at your channel, they'll know something else about you. You might even want to include your webpage. So that's what I'm going to do. So that was just a quick run through of what I would suggest for this. So let's go ahead and just title this. All right, let's go ahead and download that. All right, so now that this is downloaded, let's go over here to add channel art, and let's drag over or pick the file that we just made, and you'll see the layout in the different environments. As you can see it shows up here, so we can see the information. That's the full screen and mobile. So all of the information that we want everybody to see is going to be easily readable on each environment. And like I said, I will have a link to where you can download that image, that you can use that to at least know the proportions of where everything needs to be. All right, and as you can see, everything stands out. You can read. I might want to have moved that shadow a little bit different, but again, this is a good representation to where when people see here, they can see your information. Make sure I typed it right. Your website, any other stuff that you want, and there you go. So right there, you've already catapulted in comparison to any other church's YouTube page. You're already setting yourself out. Now, what's the next thing you need to do? You need to add some information into the about so people know exactly what this page is about. And what do you want to have in your about? You want to explain what are you using your YouTube channel for, as well as what is the premise of your church. You know, you don't need a long dissertation of anything like that, but you just want to have what is your stuff about. First off, let's go ahead and add the easy stuff. So let's do our links. We're going to add, say, website. And this one's where we will put our address here again. Then you could add Facebook. All right, so I'll put that. Then I'll also do Twitter. And what other types of communication that you normally use, this is where you want to highlight here. All right, because again, we're using our same name across all of our platforms with all social media, and we just want them all linking back to each other. So when somebody goes to your YouTube page, they should easily be able to get to your website. If you go to your website, you can go to your Twitter, your YouTube. You want them all connected. And you can put a location in here. I'm gonna say the United States. Business inquiries. This is one I would say if you have an info or administrator email. And this one is going to be traditionally hidden until people actually verify themselves that this is actually for business dealings, so that way you don't get spammed with this stuff. That's done. As you see, these links show up here. All right, now from your channel description, you just want to give a highlight of what your church is all about. So I'm going to do this and change this: full length sermons from Untitled Church. And I think that's pretty much it. You can always put whatever, but again, like I said, I don't suggest you putting a super long entry here, but this is a good example. So we have our point of contact, and that should be done. So, all right, so let's go back here. All right, so we have our channel art, we have our profile picture, we have our church under our name, which we know is going to stand out because there's nobody else using that name. Videos, we don't have anything right now, obviously, because we haven't made anything. Now, channels, it depends on if you have fellow churches that you work with. What I would suggest is you, under this account, follow them so that these channels show up here. So that way, if you have a sister church or other churches that you fellowship with, as you get more attention on your channel, defaultly, most likely people are going to look at your channels, and then you can reference other channels. So that way you're collaborating with each other. So let's go to playlists. Now, this is kind of a layout that I would honestly suggest for how you present your information on your channel. Even though we don't have pages, videos yet, but this is how we're going to work. So from a playlist, what I would suggest is make sermons, and another playlist we will say music ministry, if you have it, dance ministry, and then I'll do events, well, special events, media ministry. So these are all of our playlists right now. All right, so let's go back to this front page again. So we're gonna pick our layout of how everything's gonna show up. By default, uploads is gonna show up already. We wanna keep that at the top so everybody can see when you're posting new stuff. And over time, you might wanna move that in a different location, but let's just keep uploads as the very first item to be displayed on your page. Oh, and also, we're on returning subscribers. So let's go ahead and click on new first. And as you'll see, we'll come back later. We'll add a channel trailer or something that you want to highlight to get people's attention when they first go to their page. And we'll cover that in another video. Uploads is going to be there, and you can always move that once you have more data. But what we're going to do first is we're going to pick select content, a single playlist. We want to do horizontal, so it goes this way. And we're going to pick the playlist that we just picked. We're going to pick sermons first because the word is most important. Do done. Then we're going to add another one. This one we are going to do media ministry here. Then we're going to do music ministry. We'll do dance ministry. One more. I will say popular uploads will be here at the bottom. And then I would add one more. This is if you're live streaming to YouTube. I would say upcoming live streams. Now with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and move this one up to right above sermons. Well, actually, no, let's keep it below sermons. All right. Now let's go back to for returning subscribers. The exact same thing is laid out. Now this is one thing I want you to call out. If you are live streaming in YouTube, this is going to show up. Your live stream is going to show up above everything else. I think that is it. So let's go ahead and click on my channel here. And as you can see, you can't see anything because we don't have any videos there. But once we start adding, this is how the stuff is going to work out. Now, this sounds like a lot, but this is another thing we need to do to make all of this automation easy for our page. So we made all of our playlists. So let's go over here to our media. And we're going to do this for each playlist, but this is, well, actually, let's do sermons first. So what we're going to do under each playlist, we're going to have it automated. So once we upload a video, it will automatically go to whichever playlist based off of the tags that you put inside of your video. All right, so let's go to edit here. We're going to go to playlist settings. Now what I like to do is ordering, set this to newest. So the newest goes to the top and it's going to keep pushing down. You can allow embedding if you want. That means that somebody else or you can embed this on your website. I suggest keep this on. Now what we're mainly going to do is do auto add. This is something that you need to follow these rules because then it'll make your YouTube posting very easy. So we're going to do add rule, and you can do based on title contents, descriptions, or tags. What we're going to do is do two. We're going to do tags, and we're going to say, and there's a TubeBuddy that I would really recommend, and we'll talk about that later and how you can use that to help spread the message and share and reach more people and rank your church videos in YouTube. But we'll come back to that. But in our tags, we want to say sermons. Then we also want to say in our title, we'll also say sermon. All right, so how this is going to work, if it sees any video with sermons in the tag and sermon in the title, it will automatically be added to this playlist. So you just have to remember, when you post a video, you have to have those two items in your playlist. So let's go to media, and we're going to do the same thing. Now the tags are important because the tags are just not for you. They are keywords that will actually bring up when people are searching for your YouTube stuff too. So if anybody types in music ministry, your videos will show as well in that list. But we will talk about in another video how to have your videos show up first compared to everybody else. All right, so we got everything set up here from our channel standpoint and our YouTube videos. All right, so what we're going to do now is click on our little icon here. We're going to go to the YouTube Studio. This is in beta. This is going to be the official way you maintain and add videos in the future, but it's still in beta. But what I'm going to do is actually go to the classic Creator Studio here at the bottom, because the options that we have are not available in the studio yet. So we're just going to say skip. Now what we're going to do is click on our channel over here, and then we're going to go to upload defaults. Now this, when you upload a video, it's going to take every setting here and automatically put it onto every single video so that you don't have to keep typing it up over and over again. So this is how it ties into the tags we just talked about. So what we're going to do is, say we have a sermon. I'm just going to say sermon title here, and using TubeBuddy, this is how you want people to search you. So we originally looked to see, does anybody else have Prototype Church? No, but when anybody types Prototype Church, we want them to our videos to show up. So how does that work? The YouTube algorithm works by first your title, your thumbnail, then the description. So we want to have at least Prototype Church in 3 locations. So we're going to say our sermon title, I'll do a vertical bar, Prototype Church. Now remember what we did also with our tags. So I'm going to say, because most likely sermons are going to be uploaded the most on our channel, and I'm just going to say sermon here. All right. And then in our tags, this is the other section I was talking about. I want to do Prototype Church, and you can put double quotes around each one to keep, if you have a space, comma, and then you want to put whatever relevant information so that your page stands out so people can easily find you. So you can say Bible sermons. So that means every time we upload this, these tags are going to be added, which will automatically put these in the playlist. But because of how we made it, we need to make sure if we're uploading music ministry, we need to erase the sermons tag. All right. Now, other thing you can do here is, do you want to allow comments? You can say yes, or you can say, I suggest you do all except potentially inappropriate comments. Do you want people to see the views? I mean, that's fine. You put your default language. Right now I have English. Allow viewers to contribute translating titles. Say yes, because you never know. So it could be somebody else in another country that speaks French or something like that, Russian or German, and they're bilingual, so they'll translate for you. Give them that option. Now, most churches are not on TV, so under our caption certification, I select this content has never aired on television in the US. Make statistics on the video public. That's up to you. I would uncheck that. Now let's go back to the top. What's your category? If this is for your church, I'm gonna say this is nonprofits and activism. And keep it on standard YouTube license, because under Creative Commons, people can copy your video and upload it somewhere else. So just keep it on that. And defaultly, we're gonna make all of the videos that we upload public. So once we upload them, everyone can see them. Now inside of here, for our description, what I like to do is hashtags work here in your description as well for YouTube. So I'm gonna do hashtag Prototype Church, and I'll say sermons and Word of God. There. All right, and the hashtags allow it to be searched as well on YouTube. So, and then after that, here's a little ninja trick that I learned about a while ago. So we're gonna do like, subscribe, and share. And then I hit the Alt button and press 16, type in 16, and I'll give you an arrow. Now what I want to do here is make a subscription link so that immediately when your video shows, people are going to be able to click this button and it will prompt them to subscribe to your channel. All right, so let's go ahead and just save this, and we're going to come back. So let's go to our channel. Now what you want to do is take your channel tag, we're going to paste that, and then what we're going to do is at the end of your tag for your channel, you're going to do # sub confirmation equals 1. All right, I'm going to copy that whole thing, and I like bit.ly. This is just a URL shrinker. We're just going to paste in here, shrink this, and this is our link. So let's copy that, and let's go back to Studio. Then you got to go to the bottom, go back to Classic, Channel, Upload Defaults, and under here, let's paste this link here. All right. And then let's also do now follow us. And then you would put all your links to your Facebook link. Well, first you want to start off with your church website, then your Facebook page, your Twitter page, and whatever social media that you have. You list those. And let's spell church right. So let's go ahead and save that. So now every time we do a video, all of this is automatically going to be there. Now, what's really important is when you upload a video in YouTube, the first 3 lines are going to be the things that are seen. That's why we want to have the like, subscribe, and share at the very top so people will know. So you can also, actually, let me come back. Let's do this as well. We want to link our name because I just said that. We want to have Prototype Church in the title, in the description, and in our tags. So those are the 3 ways that YouTube recommends that that's how you can be seen. So when you open a video, the first the first lines you're going to see are the top 3. Then after that, you have to click a button to say to show more. We want to keep our stuff right there in the first 3 lines so people can see it. All right. Let's go back here to status and features. Now in here, because we just set this up, you might not be able to do a lot of this stuff, but what we want to do is enable live streaming. You need to verify yourself again. All right. Now you want to come in here after you get verified, enable live streaming and longer videos. I can't do it right now just because I just set my account up, but we'll come back in here in about a day and maybe make sure this stuff is enabled. All right, so let's go back to our account. There you go. Everything is set up, ready for you to start uploading data and videos to your YouTube channel. And again, this is going to stand out in comparison to just throwing stuff up there. People will be able to easily see what's going on in your church from a video standpoint. All right, so there you go. That's the step-by-step guide of setting up your YouTube channel from, instead of it just being just a dumping ground of just videos that are not organized, you have everything organized and automated to where all you have to do is start adding content and it will populate your page, and your digital footprint will be so much better than when people come to your page. It's just uploads. You have it organized so it's easy for them to find your content as well as get in touch with you in all your other social media places, your website, as well as you'll actually be able to automate how you're uploading it so it won't be a task to do it. So I hope you like this type of content. If you do, go ahead and hit that like button. Also consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that bell notification. That way you get notified when we come up with more videos that give you tips, tricks, and strategies to improve your media ministry and your digital footprint of your church. This is AJ. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video.